Dude, to be honest with you, I almost lost that, okay? but nobody has to know about that, okay? Wait, dude. What the fuck? Dude, hold up. Freeze spray for a second. Okay, tell me those guys don't look alike. Okay, that is weird. Either that's just a huge coincidence, okay? Or mommy's kitty cat got bit by that black mamba.
Lord have mercy, child.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Thug Life Gaming. I'm your man, Matt Rogers, but most of you know me as my gamer tag, Born Legit. Today, we're going to be talking about EA Sports UFC top 5 tips. Now, hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be wrecking your opponent, racking up some more wins. So, without further ado, let's get ready to rumble. Tip number 5 starts us off real simple with a trick that I like to call triggers down. Now, in the stand-up aspect of this game, most people like to protect themselves by holding down the right trigger to block head strikes or the left trigger to block body or leg strikes. However, you can actually hold down both triggers at the same time to block all incoming attacks. Now, I actually think this was a development mistake on the part of EA Sports, but regardless, if you're having trouble finding the rhythm of your opponent's stand-up, hold down both of the triggers and let him show his cards to the table. Tip number 4 is going to help your performance in the ground game. You're going to want to focus on what I call transition momentum. Now, what I mean by this is when you get taken down or you take down your opponent, one of you is going to have that transition momentum. Now, what that means is with the right timing, you can continuously transition until the transition itself gets blocked. Once it does, the opposite opponent then has the momentum and can decide whether to stand up or advance in position. Now, watch here as I take Chris Weidman down. I notice he stands up by escaping out to my left, so knowing he might do that again, I instantly take him down and block his transition by holding down the right trigger, and I hold left on the right joystick. Once I block the transition, I then have the momentum, so I advance into full mount and I dominate the fight.
Good right by Belfort. Big shots from the top. Good punch by Belfort. And he's back up again. Oh, attacked him. Oh, man.
Tip number 3 might seem like common sense, but it's a feature that is overlooked by many players, and that would be stat focus. Now, let's be honest. If you want to stand a fighter's chance against a decent opponent in an online ranked match, you at least need to pick a fighter with an overall rating of a 90. However, the 2 most important stats that you want to focus on are your submission stats and your ground control. Now, take for example the fighter that you see here, Jacare Souza, has a rating of 100 in every single submission stat, and his ground control rating is a 90. Now, let's talk about why these are important. Submission stats are important for the simple fact that they can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. They can get you out of really tough positions when your stamina's low, or they can finish the fight unexpectedly like you're seeing in the footage above when your opponent wastes his energy trying to get off the mat.
Looking for the arm bar. First thing he wants to do is he wants to secure the arm, tie it up, then shift his hips forward, rotate the hips, throw his leg across his face, then he wants to sit back,
Your ground control rating is important because if it's above 90, then you most likely have what is called advanced transitions. Now you can perform these transitions simply by just using the left bumper. Now they're important because when you use them correctly, you can completely change the tide of the fight and put your opponent in a very vulnerable position. Now the ones that I like the most are full guard to mount,
Nice move to earn the reversal.
mount from half guard,
Wow, look at that. How good is that?
and side control reversal.
Hits the reversal.
Oh, how you did that,
right
bro?
into side control.
Tip number 2 takes some effort to get good at, but practice makes perfect when it comes to counter striking. Now you perform them by holding down the right trigger and pressing X and Y to counter high strikes or B and A to counter low strikes. But with these hits being the most damaging attacks in the game, it's very important that you take advantage of them. Now with that being said, every opponent online has a set rhythm to his stand-up or his ground game that he or she feels comfortable with at the start of a fight. So once you've learned your opponent's rhythm, use the triggers down technique to get close to him, counter one of the strikes, and deliver a vicious blow.
Oh, he tagged him with that straight. Caught him again. Look at that. Oh, my. It's over. Oh, my. Just like that. Tremendous hook, landed flush for the victory. And as we can see here in the replay, it was the hook that ended this fight. Watch this again here. Boom. And that's all she wrote.
Now the number one tip that has helped me win more fights than anything is the necessity to find your opponent's weakness. Now what do I mean by that? Well, maybe your opponent is really good on the ground but is absolutely horrible in stand-up. Or maybe he's really good at striking, even better on the ground, but perhaps he doesn't know how to transition out of the Muay Thai clinch. Take for example the fight that you're watching right here. At the beginning of the fight, I thought that I could get the better of him in the stand-up, but as it turns out, he pretty much goes to town on my face, so I'm forced to change up my fighting tactics. Now earlier in the fight, I thought I remembered him taking me down and not knowing how to counter my transition to stand up, so I thought to myself, maybe I can take him down, mount him, and he won't know how to get out of it, essentially turning my opponent's weakness into my strong suit.
He's able to complete the single. Dan Henderson is very active on his back, and he's always looking for a submission. So his opponent needs to be aware. He's in danger. He is very aggressive off his back. If his opponent does not watch his arms, he will throw up multiple submission attempts. Once again, he's got his back. The mount again.
It's not doing
He's moved to his back now.
so stupid, I swear.
Oh, this is bad. That's a big punch to the head from the top. Again, he's got...
I'm done. It's not even doing this.
Full mount here, Joe. It is all over!
What's up guys, if you liked the video and you want to see more from Thug Life Gaming, then comment below, click the thumbs up button, spread the love by sharing it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already,
What the hell are you doing?
this week's comment spotlight goes to Mary Kay. You know, she left a comment saying that she absolutely loves the videos and she can't wait to see more videos in the future from Thug Life Gaming, so thank you for your kind words. I love the comment. This week's shout out of the week for the person that's been helping me promote Thug Life Gaming goes to 3 different people, all of which are now on the TLG Elite members list of thuglifegaming.com. So all 3 of them put TLG in their gamer tags, and those 3 people would be TLG Murda, TLG Rain, and TLG Absolute. Thank you guys for spreading the word about TLG. You know I appreciate it. Now it's time for the Thug of the Week. How you get the Thug of the Week is you fill out the form on the contact page of thuglifegaming.com letting me know what makes you a thug. This week's winner goes to my man. His name is Corey. Now he has a YouTube channel called Mirror Gaming. You know, he just started out. He's kind of into YouTube as a hobby, but some of his commentaries are actually really cool. But what really stood out for this kid for me was he sent me a message telling me that, you know, sorry for not being able to talk to me in a while, but what he's been busy doing is getting straight A's in school, focusing on his schoolwork, and one of the most interesting things is he's really getting into music. He's learning how to play the saxophone, and I think that's really interesting because if you're passionate about something, get into it, start learning about it, and that's exactly what he's doing. So keep living that life, man. Congratulations. Alright, but that's it for this week, guys. I hope you loved the video. I hope it helps you out with UFC. If you don't have the game yet, go out and get it. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait to see everybody next week.